5 seconds remaining.
The Dire get a
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are, another series with Gary and Lacoste as we get ourselves into OG up against Virtus Pro. OG on a bit of a hot streak now, aren't they, Lacoste?
Goes for Virtus Pro, both teams. As long as we stay positive, undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, OG undefeated since TI8 at TI. Currently, I think it's like 23 series in a row that they've not been drawing or Tories, of course. And Virtus Pro, first TI for these players. Young lads there. The youngest players across the board as well.
Yeah, this
Here's
is
the Radiant ban.
full of young players that skill is through the roof. I've been really impressed. The way they've been playing online, I think they just need a bit more experience. Every single time, you know, you say Virtus Pro contender, they're probably gonna win a TI. This time around, I don't know what to expect from the squad.
Radiant's turn to pick.
They're playing on LAN, but I feel that they got some experience. Playing 2 LANs, they managed to figure out, and I feel like there's a bright future no matter what happens. Have a couple of bans, Monkey King, Tiny, Lycan, and Tidehunter.
Straight out with the IO pick for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, we figured out what teams are gonna like already. See tons of games through the day one. There will be IO. Like Weaver is also one of the heroes that is picked early, quite a lot. I see Ancient Apparition plus a Sank opener. Bring back memory. The newbie gaming.
Kaka.
It was Kaka.
And Faith.
Exactly, just picking A.
You talking to me?
Great setup for A ulti, and also at the real done, which is good. Apparition, find him. Another global presence coming up. Pro. I relocate. Storm zips.
10 seconds.
It shows on the map that's 4 heroes out of nowhere.
5 seconds remaining.
Thunder from an offlane, anything that can up.
Sanking. Also, AA Sanking kind of blocks the Gyrocopter, doesn't it? Like, Gyro doesn't like playing into AA, and then if you've got that gap closer stunner that can jump from fog, fight capability that can catch Gyro off guard. So now you have to be considering here as Virtus Pro what your pairing's going to be. What do you grab with the IO? You don't want the Gyro, there is no time.
They like Sven. Would pick Sven if it's a good matchup. You need a lot of sentries. Tanking. Fall back to jungle. Also want to see a position 4. Some kind of a lockdown. Previous series casted, previous game. So IO plus Hoodwink. Coming out from the Elephant. Not the strongest. I was never a big fan of 2 supports who kind of run. They thing. What they offer in a team fight.
It was a pretty rough one.
You stop dying, man, it is.
Poker. The chat wheel meta develops even further. We've not cast any Russian teams. Mainly had the English and the Chinese chat wheel lines. Solo.
Yeah, some of the chat. Awesome. Dragonite banned out has been one of the that you see a Storm Spirit as well in the lane. Dragonite is okay, even though I favor Storm Spirit 545. So
5 seconds
quite a lot,
remaining.
but still a reliable stun. Brawn and depending what cause a lot of issues.
Especially when the 2 openers you've grabbed don't offer you too much power push either.
Radiant's turn to pick.
AA and San can give you tons of team fight, but they don't have objectives well.
Ranger at your service.
Ranger now, so is that going to be your Thompson hero, your mid matchup against the Storm potentially?
Hard to say in meta where a lot of the things are still open, especially
10 seconds.
You can flex a lot of the heroes.
And it's OG.
5 seconds remaining.
I've seen Ranger position or you buy shard, or just if you can, enough money.
Dire's turn to pick.
Hit in turn. Setting up the shackle, setting up the stun from a sanking. This is what Virtus Pro ran already. Darkseer plus a bounty hunter. They have no stuns. Like none of the heroes that they have
You make
as a
best
stun.
situation out
Vortex.
of you make best situation out of no situation.
Wrath for
5 seconds remaining.
people. It also provides vision for the sanking with track.
Oh,
A lot of
inside the
speed.
sandstorm.
Dire's ban now.
Can continue, just keep running at people. Again for OG though, we saw have some success with that earlier on today. A little bit rough up against like a bounty in a storm though, you know, hunting people down with shuriken,
10 seconds left.
ball
by my
lightning
count.
takes top of him.
5
It's a good
seconds
Morphling game.
remaining.
You don't have the best target to turn into, but they don't have stuns. You're gonna be able to get your morph off no matter what.
Radiant's turn to
Lockdown that
ban.
they got is Storm Spirit pool. Dark Willow.
I was trying to figure out where that fits in with it.
It must come from a scrim, something that they know, something that played, anything similar.
10 seconds.
I mean, there's Morphling Willow, right? That combo with the Aghanim Scepter where you have Shadow Realm on
5
Morphling.
seconds
I guess that
remaining.
makes sense.
A couple of Earthshaker plus combinations
Dire get a
today
ban.
already.
I guess looking at this, you're kind of assuming Sanking is going to be in the hands of Seb, Wind Rangers, you know, Thompson or Doctor. The opening here really is that position 2 or 4 who's going where. Because No Tail's playing the Ancient Apparition like 9 times out of 10. Like
10 seconds.
Anti-mage ban.
5 seconds
do you think it's worth banning the Sven here? Because it still looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is something mentioned at the start, especially with the Darkseer, the combo. Vacuum into stun. They don't have a follow-up stun, but if it comes down to that where Storm can farm the Aghanim Scepter, pull into vacuum into wall, is something coming up scary. Like a good idea.
Banning. Last stage against OG. Always a head scratcher. Pick where? What are we going to do? Right now, what's OG missing? Because they've got team fight, they've got long range initiation, nukes, laning prowess. Power damage
Here's the
lacking a little bit.
Radiant ban.
Earthshaker's the ban. You mentioned it with a combo against Morphling, or with Morphling, Willow, and the
Could be
Dire's
mid
turn
Wind
to
Ranger. They
pick.
have the last pick, so they will accordingly.
no AM, no Luna.
Radiant's turn
We'll
to
go for
pick.
that. Sven.
Face the light.
Instead, it's the Dawnbreaker.
Да нет, друг, я не оправдываю.
So what's the position 1?
Hero.
This is a hero that ruins
You talking to me?
Dawnbreaker.
You talking to me?
Assassin. You use Carapace. Mana burn against the Storm Spirit. Gonna be nice. Against Darkseer's Iron Shell. You can set it up easily.
Bounty Hunter. A Kingslayer IO. Yeah, you're right. That next assassin is such a great position game. Hunting the IO. Carapace, great against that Dawnbreaker to stop her from slapping you around. You.
Also, they have nothing. It's not a reliable stun. Thompson should have a pretty good time on the Wind Ranger.
Only worries
I've-
about the storm, right? And that's
Yeah, pretty much.
until KB.
I've heard, and I checked some of the Dota Pro tracker because some of the players have a couple of accounts, so it's hard to track. Nightfall, he was playing carries. Like Phantom Assassin gets Falcon Blade into Maelstrom. It makes a lot of sense where you're playing against heroes. If I remember correctly, it was Morphling. It was against Tiny. These heroes have a lot of armor, so you armor, and one way to get a Maelstrom. So this time around, they also decide to go for Dawnbreaker. Very interesting.
Okay. I guess Dawnbreaker with Io as well. You know, you're stacking up these heals, but you're against an Ancient Apparition. You're gonna feel good
You talking to me?
playing heals into Ice Blast.
You talking to me?
Prepare.
And here we go, game one.
battle.
Best of two. Two
You talking
undefeated
to me?
teams, right, in the group stage so far at TI, so someone's got to crack the other. G. Hot streak. Pro. Prove. Young blood team stand up against the greats.
Definitely didn't expect coming into like beta that was forming around TI in high-level pubs that we're gonna see Dawnbreaker as a position 1, or like attempts to try to play her as a mid laner, as the off laner. We'll see. Gonna be Magic Wand, Soul Ring, pretty much the same thing as you buy on the off lane as starting items. You definitely need
30
that
seconds
Echo
to
Saber.
Yeah.
That item just feels natural for her.
I do get an immediate D-ward. Static Remnant, saying he was able to kill off the Observer. Scrooge McDuck over here, diving around in fountains of gold.
Stop jungling, let's push.
You talking
Or
to
down
me?
to scout out any couriers going into that bot lane. And it's an old school classic, isn't it? Bounty plus Darkseer, the Invis Ion Shell strat.
Last, the battle begins.
Back in the old days of Darkseer Weaver, Darkseer Bounty.
They're swapping things around. I like that from OG. Saxa will be playing with the Morphling, so they are not going to be able to dive. Ancient Apparition doesn't really provide you with any kind of stuns. You can't stop them diving the tower, and also the Carapace setup is going to be really good.
What do you level up at a level 1 here for Saxa?
He might get Mana Burn and on Darkseer.
Well, I was wondering, and there it is. Potent ability against that Darkseer, who is heavily reliant on his mana pool early on.
Mana pool gone.
Ah, disappeared. It's absolutely gone, yeah. Bounty Hunter to some extent as well. He's got wanting to shuriken people around. Does mean though, still Sumail has to farm under tower because of the Iron Shell pressure, shoving that wave in. Save gonna drag a responding wave from the Radiant side, block up this small camp.
Saxa going to do the same thing. These are professional gamers, Gary. E-athletes.
Creating a fourth lane, breaking the fourth wall. Giving that free farm to Sumail. Sentry battle looks like it's going to be won here by Save. Bounty can continue playing Invis in and around that lane. The pressure onto Sumail continuing with the Iron Shell and the right clicks. He's doing a lot of damage here to Saxa as well. A very oppressive start from VP in that bot spot, even with the mana burn spam onto DM. How are these other lanes going though? Because mid you got Tops and Wind Ranger up against GPK Storm. Very even between the two.
No, they'll need to be careful. That's the first blood.
First blood will herald the break of day.
It's ton of damage. Once Dawnbreaker gets level 2, it's a bit too much. I also wouldn't mind seeing like an orb of venom. Doesn't sound too bad. The extra slow, and then Ancient Apparition is not gonna have a game. Or you can just get a Boots of Speed and have more movement speed than AA, run him down.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Not able to scout out Kingslayer right now, hiding in the trees.
Copies with cannon fire.
Losing his courier down bottom. So many little annoyances coming out from Virtus Pro in these lanes. Saxa does drop the sentry ward after stunning up Save, but the vacuum back means Saxa's dragged into his own grave. Sumail has to waveform away. 7 stick very far, and of course that attribute shift. Allow him to dip back towards his tier 1 tower. Top lane. Player loses his courier as well. Oh, but Sumail, careful, hey? Waveform on cooldown for 3 seconds. If he's coming back in from Saxa, we'll be okay.
It's a level 2 shift. Saxa has Healing Cell. We'll use it on Sumail.
There it is.
Stupendous.
Neb, up to some sneakiness over here. Dire sentry placed down by Kingslayer. Dell going to make sure his courier doesn't come into harm's way as they aim towards the IO. Seb with the 0-2-1 build, so no points in stun. Instead for that more farming, lane pressure-oriented build. On Nightfall, is he going to snipe the courier? Or he's going to give it a shot and he'll get that second touch.
Radiant's courier just drowned in a pool of blood.
It's like GPK's Storm Spirit starting to take the lead up against Thompson's Wind Ranger in that mid lane.
GPK Storm brings back a lot of memories. This man just knows how to play the hero. Couple of clarities, brought the raindrop on top of it. Will spawn in a couple of seconds. Kingslayer also there just to secure. Not taken away from him.
Blocks the stack on the camp as well, so the efficiency Notel was going for gets cancelled out by the IO. They do close in on him here, and Seb has a point in stun at long last. Fairy Fire from Kingslayer. Tether across and the stun misses out.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
He tried. If he does not connect stun mid-air, they don't get the kill. Now Notel in a lot of trouble. One extra hit.
There it is. Seb looking to contest. Little pull camp. Get through the wave. Keep the pressure on top, but Dire Sentry yet again keeps vision on him. And Dawnbreaker just keeps on going, hammering into the Sand King.
It's insane how much damage this hero deals. Not only level 2, but... And now, Dawnbreaker's level 5. Getting very close. The phase boots can easily run him down. What Kingslayer needs to do is have a dust, have a sentry ward so they can keep killing the Sand King. Notel trying to make some stacks in the jungle where Sand King will be able to recover. Sand King TP's mid, refills the bottle, understands that it's very hard for him to lane top, so straight up efficiency. I think he's gonna farm the big camp.
Yeah, just come back. Keep that gold flowing in because, like you're saying, this Nightfall Dawnbreaker just hammers people into the ground when they do show up in top lane. Bottom not going particularly well for OJ either compared to the other lanes. You know, yes, Sumail's 27 and 7. Darkseer hasn't really been shut down, even with that mana burn spam. It even looks like now Bounty Hunter trying to snipe out some couriers on the way back to base. You're going to find it with a Janada. He will crit straight through Sumail's courier. Thompson mid. Focus fire onto the Storm. Coming in here.
Zoning ulti.
A couple of heroes though. Ball lining back and forth. A two-man shackle shot connects on the IO behind. And GPK just keeps on going aggressively. Makes the play onto Thompson. Blowing up that Wind Ranger and now aiming for Saxa. D-Rune has spawned and GPK is going to get a full bottle refill.
Such a great move. Interesting play from Thompson. And the relocate. Oh, never mind. I'm just kidding, Gary. IO's level 4. Baited.
It's been a long day already, hasn't it, Lacoste?
No, I heard some noises. We're going to see that again. Thompson, try to go for a Storm Spirit. Usually you go for this type of a play when you have Javelin. Didn't happen this time around. Power Thread was being delivered, and your Wind Run is already on cooldown, so you can't really do much.
That global presence. Vortex into the Dawnbreaker arriving. Doesn't even need the Starbreaker to blow through Thompson. 2 deaths in a row. Quick succession of kills there for Virtus Pro and a 7-0 lead. Unlike previous games where we've seen OG, you know, go behind like 12-2, it's a net worth lead for VP as well.
Save behind the tower, forcing Notel to land down a Sentry Ward, so that's 50 gold down the drain. Seb, be careful, Save has no dust, but Kingslayer has a Sentry Ward and the dust available.
A 7-minute push into tier 1 mid lane. A significant amount of damage onto that tower as well. Virtus Pro going to clear through the Radiant Triangle and return back into their lanes. Yem is about to crack level 6. Saxa continues with the mana burn. Yes, it's annoying. Not really shutting down the Darkseer completely.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Suffering a little bit in the last hits now. Not too big a bother for him.
OG yet to get a kill, sitting at 0 at the moment. Notel also under level 3. 8 minutes in on Ancient Apparition. Nyx Assassin level 4. It's gonna be a struggle who gets that dome, because both of these heroes heavily rely on getting level 6 to be able to do stuff. Because Nyx Assassin, like, his spells don't scale that much, especially at the early levels. Seb?
Yeah. Dust it up, and GPK, he ganks into that top lane. Tipping Thompson, save up too. He's toying with him. Toying with Thompson in that mid lane. Sax is also going to spot out GPK, the Storm Spirit. I mean, 72 CS. He's at 4,000 net worth, but the Dawnbreaker is still ahead of him, closing in on 5k. We're only 9 minutes into this game, Lacoste, and Virtus Pro, they are starting to run away with this.
Dawnbreaker is extremely farmed, as you mentioned. 4.7, 8k gold. It's gonna be Phase Boots, Wand, Soul Ring, and an Echo Saber like 10 minutes in. Yeah, before 10 minutes.
Gonna be crazy. And Thompson trying to make the most of his jungle. He's got a nice juicy stack here. But look who's come to claim it. GPK says, no, 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 this is mine. They don't see where Thompson went, but they find Seb instead. He might get a Burrow Strike off, and he does, moving in towards the DM Darks here. The Shackle Shot's good, but in comes Nightfall. The Dawnbreaker arrives, healing everybody up and swinging in towards Thompson, hammering the poor Wind Ranger into the river.
Man, this lineup
is a stop.
From Virtus Pro. All you need is Bounty Hunter being invis, providing vision, then Storm can zip, you can relocate, Dawnbreaker can use her ulti.
This is before Bounty Hunter even has level 6, right? Once we start adding tracks into the equation, this is gonna be an absolute slaughter, and I've missed another kill. No Tail drops down as Nightfall gets a solo kill, a wicked sick Dawnbreaker, 7-0-1, 8 out of 11 kills, 10 minutes in.
This is just insane.
Mid lane, Sumail, okay, he's fine.
He's fine, he's Morphling, they don't have enough stuns, so he's gonna be okay. Only one with no deaths on OG at the moment.
0-0-0. Classic Morphling contribution for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Already deep vision placed in OG's jungle. I don't think that's gonna get rewarded. Like, it's very hard when you're playing against Bounty Hunter to know whether there's a ward or he's scouting you.
Can they kill Thompson? Here, they're trying. The Ice Blast misses. Storm Spirit's back in on top of him. GPK with a backup of the IO, he's gonna zip away. Not following through fully there, respecting OG in their ability to react to the situation, but instead moving it towards bottom lane. Saxa is tracked up, still level 5.
Steal his money.
Get that cash. Carapace and the stun back. Saxa pulls them away in the vacuum there from DM, but Sumail's come down here. He wants to have a play with this one. Vacuum himself back in towards DM, and Sumail. He surged back. Oh, still gets the kill.
First kill on the board. This might be the combo that they're gonna need. Vacuum from Morphling into Sanking Stun into Ancient Apparition Blast.
And then Nyx Impale as well, right? You've got the Burrow and the Impale. Double bug stun. Saxa pulled upon though. Tracked up, and money gonna be flowing into the bank accounts of GPK.
Told you a storm was coming.
Dawnbreaker has ulti available once again, so you gotta be careful about that. Stun, heals.
Dyer's middle tower
Relic.
is under attack.
Is that the Radiance or?
I guess so. I don't.
I want more damage. Give me Relic.
Radiance might be a bit tough against Nyx Assassin.
Divine Rapier?
But we'll see. Could be Nullifier, I don't know. Might be Nullifier against
the Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
And speaking of Wind Ranger, Thompson in an awful lot of trouble. Tries to go for the kill over onto Save, and he does get the life claimed as Storm Spirit stunned up under his own tier 1 tower. Mid lane, OG get themselves a couple of sweet kills. But Nightfall found the finish onto Thompson. Seb with a Burrow ready. And moves forward with a Tumbler's Toy. Another stun from the Impale, but IO with a relocate save. Kingslayer there. Make sure Nightfall is safe and sound, but OG finally getting into action.
And they're getting the kills that they need on the board. All 3 towers still alive for OG, so that's what matters, and they're putting the pressure on mid. Also Ancient Apparition. You need to make something happen with your ulti. It got nerfed so hard, from 40 seconds to 60 seconds, level 1.
Are we going in on this? GPK says absolutely. We go on to Seb. The Burrow Strike straight through the middle of them all. The wall drop. Where's the vacuum? DM wants it. 2 men caught up. Sax of Sumail. Both with illusions up of them, and Sumail on the run, but even with that Ice Blast flying across, he's going to try and make his way out, but stunned and chain disabled as they destroy OG.
And Virtus Pro is playing some beautiful Dota. They're just running at them. Apparently, you don't need stuns. played, Dota.
13 minutes in, 17 to 3, 6k lead. Tier 1 tower drops.
Has fallen. Same as you.
No matter what you want to buy, once someone has a nullifier, this might be the fastest nullifier ever if he decides to go. I don't think it's going to be Radiance because of the Nyx Assassin.
Yep.
Wants to be able to ruin Wind Ranger. Can buy a Ghost Scepter. Can buy a Glimmer Cape.
Is under attack.
Force Staff. Any defensive item, this hero just completely ruins it. Not hero,
So
but
good.
the item, and he's getting very close to it.
Tower is about to
Mech
take
done
the
on your
blow.
position 4 bounty.
Faces a stiff wind.
Beautiful stuff. So now you're going to have the Io with a locket soon. Mech on this bounty. Tons of sustain. Yeah, usually you think, you know, against Ancient Apparition, you don't want to go heals, but I guess when you start doubling down like this, you just wait for Ice Blast to end and you're able to heal after it. And watch that back. GPK just says, I'm going in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
EM
attack.
from that bottom right-hand corner made damn sure his wall was well placed. Gee, just with no response, no recourse whatsoever. They
And
do-
these are all track kills, so 7k gold lead, 4 Virtus Pro, big zip.
Hey, look at GPK. Straight towards the Wind Ranger. Balls up. They've got another great wall drop. Thompson's on the run. Focus on the Saxa. Another quick and easy kill for them. Another track one and a beyond godlike Dawnbreaker. What are we at now? 10-0-4. GPK. He wants more. Oh, the epic. Seb with a burrow. Straight back towards the Storm Spirit, but the heal on the back. Not enough this time. Kingslayer will fall as well while Save. He's on the run. OG with a response. Oh, good TP. Good in Beers. He's not quick enough.
Bit too late. Nicely done by OG. Sanking, hiding into trees, into Shackle, and then he follows it up with Epicenter into Burrow Strike. He's actually going Radiance. Radiance is queued up for Dawnbreaker.
Oh, what's happening, is it? Interesting. I was fully sold on the Nullifier. Down real good.
Yeah, I'm very good at lying, Gary, and convincing people.
Apparently so. Poker player. Thompson locking the Javelin, so he's going to go Javelin in B, it looks like.
It's necessary against Darkshire, Storm Spirit jumping you.
Oh, GPK. Not this time, buddy. The
Oh, there it
tips.
is.
Oh,
The classic OG.
that's got to feel rough for GPK.
Top tower is about to take
They
the
were
blow.
ready and waiting for him.
We'll see if this Radiance, you know, pays off. You already have overtime damage is good. Stacking overtime damage is good. You're just playing against Nyx Assassin.
And like, you're this far ahead, Radiance always feels like such a good item. Knowing that you've got heals behind you as well. Sustain into a Radiance hero. Just keeps that damage going and going. But now OG have some tools of their own. Blink Dagger Sand King is coming. Ranger. Short of the BKB. But the E-Blade from Sumail.
Save,
Getting
pinging
closer
it
and
out.
closer.
He's going for those couriers. Deep Observer Ward placed. Let's see. One. Bit
Ooh.
short.
Ooh, ooh. Sand King's one. Oh. Ooh. He's thinking about it. Where's he heading?
It's a
Moving.
lot of couriers.
There's one. AA's courier. Is he going to kill it?
Dire are scanning.
He doesn't
for
want to.
enemy.
He wants to fight. He doesn't want to snipe a courier. He wants to fight. He wants to battle. Force the stun. Burrow Strike spent. No tail. Caught out by the Storm Spirit. Ball lightning in and Saxa. Dragged back with a vortex. In comes the Dawnbreaker to star break the Nyx Assassin while Sumail has to waveform into the trees. Ancient Apparition, held tight by the Shackle shot. In comes Seb with the Epi Burrow. Beautiful in there with a vacuum back from Sumail as well. A Radiance Burn not appearing to do too much, but with a heal coming in, GPK's kept alive and they blow
out of
through
mana.
Thompson. Seb, he's got another Burrow. He's doing a decent chunk of damage and Sumail wants to finish on GPK, but he's surged. DM gets the Storm out of harm's way, dodging danger every step of the way, and Sumail chain stunned into oblivion.
The healing from the Dawnbreaker. It was a good executed combo once again from OG. I believe Save did not want to reveal the ward that he placed inside the base because they would know something is up. Did not want to kill the couriers, instead just went in and attacked the, I believe it was No Tail. This fight's still not over.
No, Saxa is looking for this
there's the
Dawnbreaker.
Radiance.
I mean, this is a massive kill if they can have it. Another burrow, the stuns are coming, but Nightfall still alive. Have they got heals for her? Nightfall, all the wand popped up, and Io with a Storm Spirit looking for Saxa instead. Dragged into the Remnant. Saxa's dead.
Regeneration.
AA Blast will miss. Kingslayer takes Nightfall with him.
My allies have earned their keep.
You can disassemble Echo Saber. You want to have BKB in those fights, especially with Radiance against Nyx Assassin, so I assume Nightfall will do that.
Getting it back. So that was save, setting things up, keeping that vision going. And OG, even though they found the Bounty Hunter, spending a stun on Bounty means you don't have the stun for the Storm. If you don't have the stun for that Storm, GPK, he's going to dance all over your grave.
Over here.
This is the combo. OG already said it. Because they were in a tough spot. They will need to pull off Vacuum into Nyx Assassin stun, into Shackle, Epi, or Burrow Strike. You really don't have the best hero to turn into this game. Darkseer is definitely the best one.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Or Kingslayer. He's dug up a Kobold. Sentry there will spot Saxa coming. Might also give away this Radiant Vision they've got very deep. They're bleeding the charge off to the west side of the map. Dave scouts him out. Tracking Seb, but look at GPK. Waiting to see who else shows up here. 2-3 heroes from VP are still in that mid lane. Storm doesn't want to show his face just yet.
Blade done. Finally, big item. He got the morph off.
Yeah, he did. And Saxa's there to back him up. But look at that global presence, the representation from VP. Thompson turns with a BKB. They take down Nightfall. Streak now gone. GPK, any more stuns? He TP's home. Barely surviving. Save under a Radiant Sentry does get scouted just for a split second there. And no tail, yeah, catches with the dust. Burrow Strike, yeah, you can hold it. Don't need to spend it just yet. Give him the high fives instead. Thompson will look to clear up the kill.
I'm a good shot. You don't.
Radiance, this time around, no BKB. Also not going for disassemble option. You can still go back to Echo Saber. That's really good. He could have had the BKB that fight instead of he bought Augur Axe. Big mistake. Also, I would prefer if that's a nullifier. You're still playing into Nyx Assassin. Gonna change down you for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Radiant's starting to feel like have an awkward choice for them.
OG is making a comeback. I see Morphling tune up Aghanim Scepter, then you can turn into your Nyx. There's so many good targets you can morph into your own team. Either Wind Ranger with another Shackle, Sanking with the Burrow Strike.
And DM, Blink stun from Seb will start it off. Real quick jump, apparently not quick enough. He's able to scurry away from there thanks to the Force Staff of the Bounty Hunter.
Saxa was trying to go on a creep that had Ion Shell on. Didn't manage to land the stun there.
Fives to fight another day. Breaker BKB is all but complete. Thompson. Oh, GP.
我不理解.
Cheeky devil, isn't he? Always looking for the aggressive option. Looks like, yeah, they want to smoke. Make
Thompson
a play.
Has always been a master, innovative in terms of items. BKB, after finishing the Maelstrom, I see Gleipnir. I really like that. It's a great setup for Burrow Strike, great setup for Nyx Assassin stun, Shackle, you name it, and to keep Storm Spirit in place after BKB.
It's also a great way to use a stun on a bounty or a storm to force them to either BKB or mech without using Burrow, right? Because you want to Burrow after the start of the fight. As the focus fire from Thompson launched towards GPK, forcing a bit of heal and sustain while Seb takes down Save. That's very deep from Thompson though, still contending with his entire VP squad. Is he not going to be able to survive through that? Nightfall now, BKB's up, but the invis out from Saxa. Oh, it doesn't work. He's tracked, turns with a two-man stun. It's beautifully done, but OG, they've got to turn. Run away from VP.
Rest of the team does not have this ability called Wind Run, so they cannot follow. Thompson needs to be a bit more careful. Also decided to go for the Storm with the BKB, so those Maelstrom procs are not going to do any damage. I think next big timing for OG is that Aghanim Scepter on Morphling. And possibly a Gleipnir. Sanking also getting a BKB for himself. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity. Great. Stand your own ground.
It's mad though, isn't it? How you can be so stomped in lane, getting demolished by this Dawnbreaker who went, 10-0, 10 minutes into the game, and it still feels like OG have a really solid chance of winning these fights and winning the match. Virtus Pro still with a lot on their plate. These team fights have got to go exactly as they envision. Roshan being scouted out. Power shots there, GPK, long ball in. Mortar's no-tail to Ice Blast him, but the two supports from OG being dispatched with quickly. Epicenter from Seb though, with a burrow forward. Kingslayer's down, no IO anymore, but that crit. Nightfall just whacks straight into Seb. IO boys back as well, while Thompson chases GPK, but he's got mana to play around with. Ball lightning into the vortex, GPK hunts the Wind Ranger. Thompson, he's desperate for it. Where's the rest of VP? Nightfall comes in a little bit too late, but they've killed off 3 of OG regardless. And with the wall illusion, Starbreaker's coming, Nightfall is chasing, Thompson is running. Gets out of danger.
A bit too far. Also, Nyx Assassin bought back and died after that again, so his item progression is not gonna be there. Sumail still tracked.
Just business. Nothing personal.
Looks like Virtus Pro don't want a Roshan anymore though.
I don't think they have enough damage. Like this was a good pull from GPK. Thompson realizes a lot of BKB was there, a lot of seconds, and then decides to run him down with the ulti.
He's going to try and run down DM at this point. Towards the Darkseer. Does have Seb as backup again, just trying to hold on to these tree lines, hide away in the fog, look for any opportunity to strike back, but OG are in full retreat mode.
Wind Ranger at this point lacks a bit of damage. I want to see what his next item after Gleipnir is gonna be. Maybe like a casual Crystallis, or you can go for MKB, but definitely need a damage item. GPK will pick up double damage, getting close. His Aghanim Scepter, Morphling just finished his.
Radiant think fortification can save them.
Turned into Sand King.
Caught in a storm. Radiant's top tower.
Long range burrow strikes, they are a-coming. Epicenter, fake pumped. What's the vision looking like right now? I mean, Dire has an observer ward up here and down there. Radiant kind of lacking in vision apart from this one ward north of the Roche pit. Their scan does connect and turn red. But OG, they're tracked up. Sand King, Thompson, all spotted out. Now a track onto Saxa means save, just keeping the vision on them on Sumail. The burst strike long range, he wants to blow Kingslayer. He does get the job done. No buyback on him, but he's dead anyway. Doesn't shift, doesn't survive. Saxa hounded by GPK and Virtus Pro. They're on the chase forward. Seb with the epicenter, looking for the Blink Burrow, catching him out. And down goes the Dawnbreaker. GPK still with the DD rune going though. Shackle Shot won't lash behind him. Turns to blow up Thompson and DM on a killing spree.
These are all track kills.
Money, money, money. And it comes towards VP. Seb, nothing left to give. 21 charges, but no burrow, no blink, no survival. OG gonna be wiped off the face of the map.
6 track kills in a row for Virtus Pro. I mean, they lost the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker has a buyback. Did not want to use it there. Next time they respawn, they can go inside a pit. Yeah, it's a 5,000 gold difference. AA Blast hit Storm Spirit or a Dawnbreaker and IO, so they just wanted to go in. With the Morphling, try to connect, maybe land a stun, missed, gave them vision. It's just rest of the team was not able to connect. We can see that those heroes, so IO managed to drop instantly.
Hey, even though they killed off the IO straight away,
Sumail didn't get the shift off. That's the biggest problem of that fight.
Yeah. Right. And now, OG staring down the barrel of a GPK Storm who has BKB and works towards a Bloodstone. Sumail this time does shift strength.
My eternal.
Roshan still alive. First one of the game. And both teams continue to vie for control around the pit.
Dawnbreaker, level 20, didn't talk about her talents. -1 luminosity attacks required, so it's attacks,
Radiant's
not too
courier
bad.
has been killed.
What was Thompson's courier doing over there? Not feeling too safe about it. Goes for an attempt on to save, but that's now BKB and Focus Fire down. Just desperately scramble around Roshan, not wanting to give it to VP. Means Nightfall. Pulling creeps, farming waves.
Not pulling creeps, 29 minutes in, efficiency.
Pretty good. And this is all while OG are holed up on their high ground in this Radiant Triangle. Yet again, Sumail is into Sand King. Save spotted under the sentry. OG considering their options here. They throw the Gleipnir, Storm in and out. And he's dancing on Seb as the Ice Blast flies towards the air. But Nightfall's arrived with his own BKB, and the Seb Burrow Strike doesn't get him to high ground. So the Starbreaker whacks him down. Sumail's back in though. Oh, Nightfall dropping very low pretty quickly. The cold feet there, not going to snap, and the relocate doesn't take him back. Virtus Pro, a 1-for-1 trade, which OG are going to be happy about. Unless GPK finds a bigger fit. Oh, Sumail blown up again. The Storm cut through the trees on the left and finds their key target. Buyback though from 2 of OG. Epicenter stunned by GPK.
These are worth buybacks for OG because they will get the Roche, they will get the kills, and they will get a lot of gold from those.
They're going to find Kingslayer as well, potentially. He's got Glimmer and Holy Locket, but look at the cavalry. It's coming charging over the hills. Thompson, Sam, and Sumail. Not gonna get him. Let him
ignore him. Go for that Roche. They need to give Aegis the Morphling because he just bought back. Seb did not pop a BKB. He was holding it and then just Dawnbreaker crit him.
I'm loving No Tail's items at this point though. Tranquil's Wand.
Trying to get a Blink Dagger next.
Oh, he's got 2 clarities on Courier.
6 slotted if he splits it.
Make best situation out of no situation.
Plenty, look at him.
Shame. You talking to me?
Aghanim Scepter coming up for that Wind Ranger, it looks like. Not going to go for a damage item, but instead, they go for that Wind Run.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
Evasion is not bad. These heroes don't have weight to pierce through it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tanking Shard, one of my favorite ones. It was kind of meh, but now it doesn't sound too bad. 1 pulse of Epicenter. It also adds extra 20 damage. No
Whoopsie.
tail, getting caught one more time, no buyback, 45 seconds.
Of course it happens when I'm taking a sip of drink. Double damage rune. Thompson very gladly finds it. But I think Virtus Pro know that OG is split with AA down and 2 heroes that were showing bottom not too long ago.
They are scanning for enemies.
VP are angling for that mid lane fight. And they're on to Thompson. Can he BKB in time? He can, and with the Wind Run he turns to battle. Dusty out from Saxa, rooting up onto Save, and Seb's there. The Sumail Morphling catches him with a double stun. Thompson's still alive somehow, finally brought down by GPK. Seb's BKB going to work and burrows to the high ground, but Storm Spirit's still on his tail. But look at Sumail!
From Sumail.
The 2-man burrow with the Impale. Kingslayer's got the heels behind with the tether, while OG, they reset and rethink.
Seb, pumping that Epicenter. Virtus Pro realized we can take a fight. They knew Ancient Apparition did not have a buyback. They just went in. Because it's serious amount of damage and stopping the healing from Dawnbreaker, from Io is a big deal. Io upgraded the Shard that are now stuns. And it also deals 150 damage.
He's got a wonderful neutral item for himself as well. Stone on the IO, keep that goal ticking
was
over.
first introduced, that was his ability.
Yeah.
Stun.
It was like CK IO, you know?
Tiny IO, stun people.
I also used to get vision from the balls as well, didn't you?
Yep.
So you would orb, reality rift, stun with the tether, stun with the CK, job's done. Dawnbreaker position 1. Still top of the net worth. Don't know, there's something off that doesn't feel quite right. It's not that super hard carry. Feels like Morphling's going to have the upper hand as this game goes later and later.
A lot of heroes in this game bought Shard, even Dawnbreaker gives you magic immunity during the Starbreaker. Plus a BKB, and then you get 2 charges on level 25, which he is getting close to.
Visibility.
Real nice. Plenty of time left on this Aegis. A minute and a half for Sumail, and that's why the rest of his squad are smoking.
Tower is under attack.
I think, yeah, Thompson was just tracked up though, and even though the Lotus Orb comes, so Virtus Pro will know something's up.
Just business. Nothing personal.
So back to pruning the waves, maintaining the lanes, keeping yourselves out on the map here as GPK looks to finish off that Bloodstone.
Virtus Pro does not want to take a fight until Aegis expires. It's gonna be very soon. Less than a minute.
GPK thinking about it. See some pings onto No-Tail there. Yeah, I think No-Tail realizes
it's GPK
something's
Storm.
up.
He's thinking about it, no doubt.
Keeping my eyes on this one. I'm not going to miss another one. Look at that. No, No-Tail puts a vortex down and blinks away. Sod off, GPK. I don't want to get involved with you. Storm TP's in mid, so it looks like smoke time for Virtus Pro. Aegis going to be reclaimed very shortly. 15 seconds, in fact. 2 heroes in mid. Topson shows if they can find a fight down bottom, and there's no way here for Topson or for No-Tail to make their way across the map. Look at this vision. Hiding in the trees, the double bugs and Sumail behind them. Not going to get scouted, not going to get picked off. And the scan even connects on save. Oh, the Dire scan sees him. GPK makes the long ball in. Trying to find Seb, Sand King. He doesn't BKB yet. Doesn't BKB at all.
Could have tried a BKB and just possibly TP out. No buyback for 1 minute and 40. And those extra seconds when he fought back in the previous fight are now added. 1.5 minutes without a Sanking. That also means that Morphling can't turn Sanking anymore. Probably the next target will be Wind Ranger. Double Shackle, double Wind Run.
GPK wants a refresher orb on form.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, I've seen a refresher shard, just not the refresher orb. Double pool.
Jeez, back wall onto 3 with the vortex. Beautiful from Virtus Pro. Saksa, he will finally fall while No-Tail slammed down by Nightfall. Thompson with Sumail. They're aiming this Dawnbreaker, and yeah, they've got it trapped in the Gleipnir, but they've still got to turn tail and run. They cannot stand their ground without any stuns. Sumail and Thompson. Oh, are they done for? They're going to get caught out and chased down. Thompson, the Shuriken, bounces back onto him. The GPK's out of mana. They run low on resources. Well, he's got Bloodstone with 16 charges, but the Shackle Shot will hold them back. Good little move from Thompson and
Nice
Sumail, but
back.
another back in again. Thompson down and Nightfall, BKB's up. Saxa's brought back for this. They have any reveal?
Nightfall needs to be careful. This is a lot of damage from him. He's gonna solo
die.
kill him.
Saxa solo kills the Dawnbreaker. Does buy back and might be paying with his life, but it looks like GPK wants nothing more to do with this.
No mana left on Bounty. Shackle. Whoa, what is that angle?
That's a Sumail angle, that's what it is. Shackle Shot from the high ground down to low ground. Bends. Grin wanted.
Surprised OG decided to take that fight. No sanking, no way of sanking coming back into the game. That was beautiful done, as you mentioned. From Virtus Pro, nice back into the wall. Nightfall on this Dawnbreaker. If he had Satanic there, I think that's a bit of a different case. You just get pretty much a second life if you're not hit by Ancient Apparition, of course.
Solid lead from Virtus Pro, but now it feels like everyone's just waiting for that next Roshan to actually plant your flag on this map and claim an area for your own. A long spawn though, 2 minutes 40, so the teams are going to have to entertain themselves otherwise.
I believe that's a double hex done on Virtus Pro. One on Darkseer and saves Bounty Hunter.
Oh boy. That's huge.
It's just a great way to set things up. Bounty from the invis, if he can cut into backlines, also possibly surprise Morphling, they can blow him up.
Yeah, if they catch Morphling with a double hex, chain up the stuns, could be game over for OG. Buyback wise, how are we looking? OG have one buyback available, that's the Ancient Apparition. VP have two, and here we go, onto Thompson we go. A Scythe of Vice, but no real follow through. So that was save showing his. DM still smoked and has his hidden. G, precarious position. Going from low ground to high ground right now. Nightfall, of course, can quickly join in. GPK, the turnaround from Seb, gets the stun in onto save. Ice Blast coming, but won't connect. Nightfall bails back out as VP, they reset. The wall's already been dropped, but Seb spent his BKB. Thompson and Sumail struggling to really get into a fight and do anything.
Those Morphling illusions are causing a lot of issues. You need to be able to burst him down with the Ethereal Blade, which you kind of don't want to. You want to save that, but you might need to.
Oh, Seb. He's jumped in aggressively. Sumail with the first strike. BKBs himself up. They get another burrow forward with a three-man. With the Vortex, GPK. He catches the back lines, but doesn't kill anyone off. Thompson destroys the Storm. No buyback on him. Focus fires and gets a double kill. Save now. Side feed damage. Can't do a thing.
And Roche will respawn in 40 seconds. Virtus Pro, how are we buyback-wise? They have one on Iode. Bounty Hunter does not have one, but Hex, Storm Spirit also does not have a buyback. Dawnbreaker just deals a ton of damage, but those shackles, like once you get focused by a focus fire and Windranger's getting closer to level 25, I also want to see which talent he's going to choose. Focus fire, like last 20 seconds, if you get a kill, sounds really good. You can just use it again.
Yeah, especially after the last fight where he got 2 kills.
5 seconds until the Roche spawn. So the very annoying Ice Vortex, you're fighting there constantly, just combination of sanking, stunning people into, let's say, Nyx Assassin, Sandstorm, E-Blade, all that damage is amplified.
Starts to become problematic. Now, like you said, OG win the one team fight that allows them to take the Roshan. Aegis Morphling.
Oh yeah, give that shard. Windranger, Gale Force. It's really a sick shard. You don't want to buy it, you do not want to spend gold on it as a core Windranger, as a support, it's fine.
If you get it for free though.
Yeah, that one for free sounds better. Just being able to push people or pull them, set things up for a possible shackle, Ancient Apparition Blast, they can't run away.
My waters rise.
Man, this Witchbane on the Windranger, pretty damn good. Especially against the Storm Spirit as well. 2,500 max mana pool.
And also being able to dispel the track, purge it off, which is really nice.
Super handy. VP now, even though they've had this net worth lead for the entire game, feel like they're playing from behind once more. But a two-man Vortex, jumping from Dawnbreaker, wall dropped on the Thompson too. He BKBs and turns to fight them. Storm Spirit has to zip away. Nightfall, Shackle shot in. Sumail's in with the burrows around. The Impale's hit onto 2 of them.
He's
They've got the E-blade. Nightfall in trouble. Hexed up on the side though. Is GPK trying to come in with another vortex? Yes, Nightfall satanic up and healed to full. Sumail loses the Aegis.
Couldn't get the satanic off.
But Seb's back in with another big burrow. OG want to continue fighting. I'm not sure that's the greatest plan though. This Nightfall is brute forcing ya. Triple kills OG.
Well, I can say for certain, Gary, that after this game, we're gonna see more of a Dawnbreaker carry.
Oh,
because
yeah.
this hero has some sick talents. Shackle on a bounty. Not enough damage. Not enough damage, and there are a couple of buybacks available. Fortunately, Saxa does not have one. I think we had like 20 buybacks in this game.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose track. Well, we've got a few more. Morphling and Wind Ranger both have buyback available.
Stiff win.
Do Dawnbreaker, Darkseer, Storm, and Bounty Hunter.
Radiant's
DD
middle
Rune at spawn
tower
bottom.
just keeled over.
Not scouted by the courier. VP,
Radiant's bottom tower.
bigger fish to fry. Focusing on high ground. They want tier 3s. They want barracks.
Structures are fortified.
Try and put this game to an end. Yeah, they have led the entirety of the game, even though OG have weaseled themselves into positions. All right, looks like comebacks are possible. Losing out on your buildings now, yeah.
There's the Gale
The
Force.
Gale Force pushing them around. GPK, BKBs. They're focusing on the Wind Ranger. Thompson shredded. Buyback forced out from him. Sumail has to waveform back towards Fountain though. And you're losing out on your bottom lane of barracks. Nightfall shifts into that mid lane. They've got a Morphling illusion from the wall to play with too.
Shackle does not connect.
They focus fire on their Dawnbreakers. Nightfall straight into the mix behind the tier 4. Sumail barely waveforms away. Great gliding there out from Thompson, but the little piggy spinning around while Seb. Epicenter Burrow kills off the 2 supports and Sumail gets a double kills. Off the back of
No
Seb's
mana.
stuns.
And they need to run down the mid lane. Also, double damage is available on the right side. So they need to pick it up. Dobson, he already knows. He's just checking the rune. Will be pleasantly surprised by what he sees.
Why, hello there.
Give it to Sumail.
Damage.
We do have triple buybacks ready for VP. Darkseer, he's smoked up, hiding in his base. There's one of them. Bounty Hunter returns. What an incredible game between these two undefeated teams at TI 10 so far.
Virtus Pro, they will need to use buybacks. 50 seconds, double damage on Sumail.
They have no choice. I mean, look at that. Even through backdoor regeneration, Sumail making short work of the buildings.
Glyph is popped, 40 seconds. All 3 heroes.
Side, back. In comes Seb though, they've got the burrows and the stuns, but they're losing so quickly on Sumail's HP. Now he gets back in with a Satanic, the turnaround and nearly blows up save. Misses out ever so barely with that shotgun play, but that might be enough for OG to say, okay, hey, they triple bought back on 2 of their big cores as well. Let's just sit, relax, reset, look for our opening.
Whoever loses a core that just bought back will have tremendous advantage. EM needs to be careful.
For enemy.
He does have buyback, one of the few heroes that currently has it. And there comes Seb, yet again setting up for OG.
Bottom lane is pushing in. Only 1 catapult. OG, they will want to take a fight. They want to force another buyback.
DM has buyback and vacuum wall. 2 of the most important tools here that VP has. Add in the Hex and this Darkseer, an imperative part. Virtus Pro's team fight. Aeon Disc now up on no tail while gets back with his beautiful blink dagger.
Radiant's
Trickster's
top
cloak.
tower is under attack.
If GPK manages to buy that refresher, that could be a game changer. Sells the wand, sells the soul ring. Might be it. Like double wall while they're in the wall, the double hex from both Bounty Hunter and Darkseer could make a change. They're still not going for it. Like, they're really afraid right now to go for all in, try to force a buyback, because they just might lose. You get Hexed buyback coming out from the Darkseer. But look at Zeb.
Bounty.
That level 25 talent is insane. 40% slow and blind.
Oh, but look at that. Bottom lane.
On this.
Save gets on top of No-Tail. Ancient Apparition gone, but OG looking to respond. Can't stop the TP's home. So now we're back into a 5v4, but this time favoring Virtus Pro. G. What do you do? Run back to your base, cower and hide, wait for VP to come to you. So they're smoking. They're coming. 4,500 HP on this Dawnbreaker. Incredible power and strength from those thighs, propelling VP towards victory.
All the high ground, there's a gem on the ground. Thompson, want to pick it up? Already has one. Don't need to.
Slayer. Ward is spotted. VP. Only have one lane pushing in. Bottom and top gonna start trending in towards that, but Dooman with that two-man vacuum and the wall, no real follow-through. I was expecting a bit more there. Gale Force causing some issues. Sam and Thompson make the play in towards
Can they blow him up?
Yes, Darkseer's gonna die and Nightfall's forward as well. They blow up 2 cores, no buyback on Nightfall, and Save's in trouble as well. The epicenter double burrow gives triple kill to Zeb.
That's game. They don't have the buybacks on these heroes.
No-Tail doesn't even have the voice line, but he's gonna drop the rat-ta-ta-ta anyway.
He already used all of his voice lines, so he just went for the triple.
Oh my goodness, but a minute and a half, no Dawnbreaker, no Bounty, no IO, Storm and Darkseer, they're all that VP has.
Yeah, that's the budget voice line. If you have no money, if you used everything, look at this graph.
It's the first time OG has been in the lead this entire game. 50 minutes of VP dominance turned on its head.
They need to go. 75 seconds without a Dawnbreaker. Bottom lane is approaching, but you have 2 Wind Rangers in your base. They also have no glyph.
Go tier 4s! OG have done it, boys! They're gonna close this one out. 35 to 53. They were down like 20 kills, and now they're winning. Victory's within sight. DM tries. He's got a BKB up, and GBK zips in. But what can a Storm do on his own? Absolutely nothing. He's stunned. He's disabled. DM's gone.
Jerry, when it's time to call it, it is time to call it.
GG.
Man, what a comeback from OG in this game. This is why Dota is such a beautiful game. I mean, I watch the other esports, but this is why we're the best game in the world. No doubt about it.
8 minutes in. 8 minutes in. Other games, you know, they've got 2 kills going on. We've got, you know, 15 to 2. Oh, one team's out of it. There's no way you're coming back into this. OG slam their heads into the wall over and over again, winning team fight after team fight.